Welcome back again to the Amateur Hour podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are listening to us, or whether when you're watching us on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. My man, as always, how are you? How are you doing? How's the past 48 hours been since the last time we spoke anyway? Your 10 meals
Been,
probably that you've eaten.
been good, bro. Been good. Um, I'm trying to think if I did anything. Yesterday was a rest day. I went to the cinema last night. Not that you would do that, but I went to the cinema with Luce. We watched the one of the older Batman films that came out a while ago because they're like re-showing the old ones. Uh,
Because there's all like awful films out at the moment that they're having to show old
yeah,
ones.
pretty
Really,
much.
that just goes to show how good films are.
No, I think it's like an anniversary thing. So it's been like X amount of years since they came out, so they're re-showing them. Um, but no, mate, it's just as good as I first watched it.
Now, is that a Marvel film?
DC, this one. Batman is DC.
Okay.
So it's like the Marvel, right? Is like the family friendly, funny kind of comedy kind of superhero films.
So who goes in family friend like X-Men?
Not like Spider-Man.
But he's a
Hulk.
savage.
Yeah, but like he's funny. Like it's you could take your kids to watch Spider-Man. Batman in the DC world is dark. Like
DC World.
DC is I'm not that clued up on it, but I'm more than you, so I'm trying to explain it without trying to sound like an idiot. DC is like quite dark. Like you'll go and watch it, and it's like an action film rather than like there's no jokes in it, not really. Um,
Mhm.
but it's fucking good, bro. It's fucking good.
Okay. To be
Very.
fair, I watch. It's actually one of the only films that I probably watched all the way through. Is it? Don't shoot me if I get it wrong. Dark Knight Rises.
That's the one we went to watch last night. The one with Bane, the face mask,
Ah, wasn't that one? Is it
Joker,
Dark? Yeah, Joker.
the Dark Knight. Yeah, so the one before that.
So it
Yeah,
doesn't rise. Fucking doesn't rise, man.
you missed the Rising one. That was
Oh,
the one after that,
I need to watch him rise.
bro. The one watch it because it's Tom Hardy and he's Bane, which is just like some big fuck off like D-bol warrior. Wicked, great film,
No,
great
I'm
film.
all over that. I do like. I say I like it. It's probably one that I can bear with. To be fair,
Yeah, Batman's cool. It's like it's good film. It's like James Bond but superhero.
I can tell there's a little bit of friction between like DC and this Marvel,
Oh,
mate.
bro, it's not like if you get someone who's like proper into it, it's like you don't want to cross the line. It's not. It's not what they
I'd
want.
love to cross someone's line, mate.
Please do it. I'd like to because I don't really know too much about it, but I know enough to know where to stop.
Imagine saying like, "Oh yeah, like DC's just like for dark characters." That's all I've heard. Just a little bit darker.
Yeah, it's just darker.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
no, yeah, went to cinema, got to pick a mix. Fucking loved it.
Yeah, mate. Mate, tell us your pick and mix selection. Come
I've,
on.
I've still got some downstairs. Lucy brought it to me after the gym. I had a couple post workout, mate. Um, the swirly things,
Obviously, that's number one.
the swirly things, the big dummy things. The like, do you know what they
Yeah,
are?
I know what you mean. I know
Like
what you
the
mean.
Tang plastic ones, but the bigger ones.
Yeah, yeah,
Cola bottles. We had sour cherries. We had everything. We had
yeah.
everything.
They're elite,
All of the
mate.
sweets. I also had some popcorn as well because I was pretty fucking hungry. So I
Are
was like,
you
oh,
a sweet and salty guy?
I got a mix. Yeah, 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 I got a
I
mix.
always get a mix, mate.
It's always worth it. I think by the time you get to the bottom of bag or whatever, if it's just one flavor, you get bored of it. So it's quite
Hmm.
nice to get like halfway and then it switches to salty or
Yeah,
whatever.
last time I went to a cinema, I got I saw this kid who got this big popcorn, and he put his all hand all the way in, grabbed the popcorn from the bottom, let the top sink in there. No. You can just tell he was an absolute master at it. Got his hand, bulged it out, dropped the bottom bits on the top, and then literally it was all mixed up. And I'm thinking, this kid must be about 6 years old, mate, and he must be going to so many films to just do that.
He knows what he's doing because
Yeah,
they
man.
they just put salt and then they'll put the sweet. So it's like it's not. It's just it's levels. It's not mixed at that point.
He
So
got it on the floor, mate. Right. He ate a little bit.
anyway,
Yeah, he ate a little bit. So obviously, if he put his hand in, it didn't overflow. So he already knew what he was doing there. And I'm thinking, what's this kid doing? Already eating his popcorn before he goes in. Does that, and I'm thinking,
big brain, big brain.
rate it, mate.
Yeah.
Rate it. And that's when I walked out. So
um, what else have I done? Oh, I trained pool today. Good session. Felt pretty strong. Enjoyed it. Today's pull session, obviously written by Nat, is more of like a there's a lot less sort of chest supported movements in this one. It's just like grip it and rip it kind of style, which I actually
Mm.
really enjoy. So we got like bent over dumbbell rows, we've got single arm dumbbell rows, um, we've got like a close grip pull down. Like it's a fun session. I really enjoy this one. Um,
Do you do what? Is it push, pull, rest, legs?
switch it. So I do pull push just so the pull
Oh,
far enough away from the legs.
yeah, I was gonna say because the
I
lower
get
back.
low. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
you
do
know.
pull push off, legs off. So I have a rest day either side of legs.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Which works really, really well for me at the moment. I'm gonna. I think Tom mentioned it to me in my check-in, but it seemed like he said it as a joke, but I think he was being serious. I think I need to pull back on quad volume because they're just getting unproportionate. Like it's in my check-ins, like, they just look silly. Um, in some of
So,
the shots, I do look at it. I'm like, they make my upper body look so small. I'm like, fuck,
mhm.
I need to pull back. So I think quad volume is going to come down a bit, like a lot, and we'll just focus on hamstrings for a while, and probably maybe if I can fit it into the split, swap some of that quad volume for back volume, so I could have
Mhm.
like a back and hamstring day instead of just a leg day, because then I
Even
get
like
a bit more
push,
back through the week.
yeah, like push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull and hams,
Yeah,
rest.
that's what I'm thinking. So I
Yeah,
think I'll also ask Nat as well, just kind of see what he would do because I think he's also had not the same problem, but he only trains legs once every 9 days or
yeah,
something.
mate. But then
Uh,
again, you see his legs, and then you got to
exactly.
swap.
So I think I'm going to see what he did about his like split when he changed his, and just see what I can do. But I'm enjoying training. Training's going well. Knees are good. Touch wood. Everything's good, man. I'm enjoying it. Food's slowly creeping up. Body weight's climbing a little bit, but we're keeping cardio in. I'm feeling healthy. I was
Mate, this is good. This is the
yeah, I
first
was
time I've seen you do cardio, mate. And
yeah,
the
I'm
off,
I'm staying with it, bro. I went for the dog walk this morning, and like we've got this like 25 meter or whatever it is long lead, so that he can run around, but like we can still bring him back if we need to. Um, so like I'll throw something and he'll run and get it, but he's still attached to the lead. But sometimes I throw it too far, so I've got to run with him so he doesn't fucking just run into a wall. Um, and I didn't get out of breath today. I was running. I hit like a good 3 or 4 sprints to make sure he was good, and
that's a W, bro.
my heart rate didn't even go too high. So I was sat there, I was smiling in the
Mate, I
park.
can tell you're dead proud of yourself. My heart rate didn't even get too high.
I felt pretty good today. Um, Normally I start to feel sick when I do little runs. I'm like, I'm gonna throw
You
up.
definitely got back home to Lucy. You were like, Lucy,
I
I was running with Apollo and I didn't even get out of breath, man.
was good today. But no, I'm in a good spot. I'm feeling good. Training's good. Excitement is
It's
high.
rising.
Mm, dark.
Excitement is rising, which is good to hear, man. I'm glad.
How's
I'm
how's
glad.
things with you, B mate?
Mate, same old, same old. Training's going well. I'm doing at the moment like pull legs, push, pull legs, rest, push, pull legs again.
How do you
Um,
find having pull next to legs, like right after each other?
so it's literally like pulling legs in the same
Oh, in the
session.
same session. Cool. I got you.
So,
Got you.
so it's legs pull,
Got you.
push, legs pull. Then, but volume's like very minimal because I'm training quite like more frequently. But I'm enjoying it because I think it's my favorite sessions, and I think I love like a posterior session, and I love a push session, and I just go in there and I just manipulate like hip hinges. So I hip hinge 3 times a week, but I just do one set,
Yeah.
and I'll do um like different things like across the course of the week where I do like a line hamstring curl, single legged. You probably saw me doing like a unilateral seated
Yes.
hamstring curl. Then I do a dual legged seated hamstring curl. Then I got a vertical lat pull down, lat row, like a 45-degree pull down, like 3 different times at rows, like chest supported row, non-chest supported row, machine row. So it's all like different variations, which is pretty cool. And then I just keep running the same push session because my chest is pretty awful. So I just pick movements that I get along with, and then I just run that up, and then I just change that when needs be. But um, I'm finding it. I'm just trying to experiment a few things, mate. To be honest, so that's why I'm doing that. I'm doing it with Ryan. Obviously, the
Yeah. Yeah.
and he loves it, mate. Obviously, training with him works out pretty well. So that's what we're running so far. So it works out pretty well. The more frequency is definitely because I get battered from legs, mate. I don't know about you, it batters me. And I did have the leg session, but sorry, the rest either side of the legs, which did help.
Mm.
It's, I don't know, mate, I just want to be in the gym all the time. So
Yeah.
I just found a good little balance where I do like a pull down, chest supported row, seated hamstring curl, hip hinge, leg press, leg extension. That's it. And then just do that more frequently. So
Yeah.
over the course of the week, my volume's the same, but I just hit it more frequently. So I'm coming in fresh, and then that's what I'm doing. So it works out pretty well. I'm coming to see you next week at House of Gains
Yeah. Fucking hell, I forgot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sick.
Wednesday, because I'm seeing my client Guy, who is competing
Wednesday next week, yeah?
Wednesday next week, bro. Wednesday
Sweet.
next week. So if you're there training with Matt, we will be there.
Yes, sir.
Um, we train legs, so that'll be decent. So I think I've trained legs there before. Yeah, I have. I've trained legs there before.
Yeah, not, I don't think we have together, but you, yeah.
hmm We
Yeah.
haven't got together. We trained everything else but legs together.
Yeah, yeah, we've avoided
Uh,
that. My knees are good now, though, so we can do it.
yeah, your knees are good, mate. Yeah, yeah, nice one.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
we'll train them now. We can do them now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just do 6 plates Cybex hack. Brilliant. Yeah, so,
Make my knees
that's
get
it.
worse again.
But going whole this weekend.
Yep.
Tom's
Yeah,
jumped
yeah,
into
yeah.
that show. Yeah, Tom's jumped into that show, which is nice. But yeah, so he's doing that, which is really good. He's bringing a much better look. I didn't think it could get any better, but again, mate, I've peaked him differently this time. Like again, differently. Um, he needed a lot of food to fill him out, mate. So I've essentially like front loaded him and back loaded him,
Hmm.
essentially. So front loaded him to get a little bit of food and drop that fatigue. Essentially, not really fatigue from a peak week anyway, because you're obviously in a load on show day, but had like a big meal post show, brought him back down to baseline. But when he came back down to that same scale where he looked a lot fresher, and then I've slowly been like increasing food as he goes into it. And I'm going to be, well, you saw him, he was drying off quite quickly. So
Yeah,
I'm just going to do literally everything that what I did, but just put it back a little bit. And then he'll literally be bang on when I need to. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
hard to explain, but I'm just going to literally do what I did, but place it towards the back end of the evening, not the morning,
Yeah.
and we'll dry off quite nicely there, mate. But that's essentially it. Doing well. That's the weekend. Come back, new week. Perfect, mate.
Oh,
Bang on.
bang on, mate. I'm
But
excited to watch PCA Yorkshire.
oh,
It
mate,
looks a good few people doing it.
it's always a good show, in my opinion.
It is.
I don't know, mate. I just think like I have a few clients from from up north of the country, and I don't know what it is, mate, but they're just wild. They're just different, mate. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just different. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, they come to me, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, and then you see them compete. They're obviously all freaks, but I'm thinking, mate, they are just they're wacky up north, mate. You must have seen that going from like I don't
So,
know, London.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, mate. It's just crazy some of the stuff they say to me. Probably everywhere, but more from the northern clients. But anyway, mate, all well and good. I'm excited for it. We'll do a little review on that come Monday,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there. But mate, let's get answer some questions. Q&A ting.
Yeah, you got quite a few.
Yeah, man.
So, bro, have you ever used Vinted?
Mate, I buy no, tell a lie. I think no, I did buy stuff off Vinted. I buy I think it was Depop I bought off, but I did a Vinted. Mate, Vinted is underrated, bro.
Bro, I've had like a bin bag of clothes that were gonna go to a charity shop or basically in the bin because I'm too lazy to take them to the charity shop.
hmm
For since we moved here, so it was that like 4 months, right? They've just been sat at the top of the stairs, and they've been sat there for ages. And Lucy was like, "Right, we need to sort it out. Like, are you going to take them to charity shop? It's a long walk to the charity shop, but it's probably not worth driving if you get what I mean. But it's a lot. It's a big bag of clothes, it's like about fucking 50 bits of clothing, right?
hmm
I was like, right, yesterday's rest day. I'm gonna list them all on Vinted, cheap, cheerful. I was like, if I can get some money for them, great. But within an hour, so I listed 30. I think it was bang on 30 items or something. Within an
hmm
hour, 26 of them sold. But I made like 210 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I was just gonna throw them away, bro. I didn't even want them. I was like, sound, all right, sweet. But now I've just packed them all, and it took me about an hour to sort out which package goes where, and
that's the only issue, mate.
I need a little
Like
sweatshop somewhere, like to do it.
Lucy,
Yeah, yeah,
Lucy,
exactly.
pack it.
Work
Mate,
harder.
vintage. Like, I've never been somewhere like I don't mind buying the old second hand thing here and there, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm
I
sound.
used to get loads of stuff on Depop. Um,
Always, mate. Depop
but
was huge.
everyone told me to do vintage. But no, decent little venture. A couple hundred quid there.
Yeah, mate. So many people do it, man, to get the extra 100 quid here
Yeah.
and there. Bang on.
Just needed to free up some space, man. I got way too many fucking gym clothes.
More incoming.
Exactly. I needed to make space for it.
More incoming, mate. But let's. Do you want to go first or me?
Go on, then you go. You go.
Okay. I'll go. Mate, you put me on the spot. Here we go. Here we go. Favorite current open bodybuilder? Pro.
Um, Samson.
Mm,
I love Derek's physique though. I think Derek is really fucking good. Obviously, he's Mr. Olympia, but like, see that video he posted recently of his like doing like a lat pull down.
mate, it's the little thumbnail of his YouTube video, mate. He's like doing like a lat pull down, isn't he? I'm thinking, what the actual hell
His
is that?
back is fucking ridiculous. It's so good.
I don't look at it and go. I look at a physique and go, if I can look like that, that'd be great. That's one physique I'd like to look at. Derek's like what, 5'3", 5'4"? That's what he
Yeah.
looks like anyway. Um,
Yeah,
when
but
I
he's
look at
fucking
oh
jacked.
mate, it's ridiculous. Oh, mate, I'm not underappreciating, mate. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
ridiculous, mate. Um, but when it comes to ones that I love, like Rafa's front lat spread,
yeah.
like aesthetically, he looks incredible. Andrew Jacked.
I was literally just about to say Andrew Jack. It's got to
I
be.
think of when you ask someone how a bodybuilder will look like, they'll probably pick Andrew Jacked,
Yeah.
like the
Like
front
a
double.
statue. You want to look like the statues, and that is,
Him,
looks like.
bitch, him.
Yeah.
So I would say him, Rafa, Samson are my three favorites. But I'd say Samson, Rafa, Andrew.
Okay. I definitely put Samson in there. I think he's doing France this weekend.
Oh, mate, mental.
That'd be cool to see.
Everyone's saying, oh, it's a bad idea. How is it a bad idea if you're
I don't think it's a
ready?
bad idea at all. One, money. Two, practice your peak.
Mate,
Three,
that's the most important thing.
yeah, practice your
Why,
fucking peak, mate.
why not practice your peak for literally the biggest show that you've done in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah. And
Like,
also momentum. If he can go and win this show, which he most likely will, momentum leading into the Olympia is going to be very fucking high, which is cool. And obviously, like once you know that you've nailed your peak going into the Olympia, his confidence will be higher as well. So, fucking all for it, mate. You know he's not flying. He's getting the Eurotunnel. He's driving.
I know, mate, 7 hours. I watched the YouTube, mate. He's
The
driving
podcast.
over there.
Yeah.
It's like 7 hours, bro. Sat on there, like,
Easy. You know, I just
great.
sleep the whole way. So,
Yeah.
yes. No, I'm excited for that. I think that'd be good. But no, I'd say Samson's probably my favorite at the moment. He's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I think it's more of a background thing as well, like where he's come from,
Yeah.
like where what he's done for the sport.
And in a short space of time as
That's
well.
the thing as well, mate.
Because what
That's
he turned pro in what like 2019 or 2018 or something
hmm
around then. And up until like a couple of years ago, he was still working that engineering job or whatever it was.
Yep. On mate, I remember watching his stories when he was doing like on roofs and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Mad, isn't it? But
Mental. Fucking cool, bro. Um, I would definitely say Samson.
mhm.
Um, any bodybuilder's career that you're surprised by how short it was,
Short it was.
apparently. Well, apparently that's what it says. Um, as in maybe who probably not died, but like
That's what I thought, mate.
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
I thought I was gonna
probably
bring up the
retired,
G
probably
words,
like
but
retired, like who retired early, maybe. I can't think of anyone who retired early, who just stopped body. Maybe Callum von Moger.
yeah, probably. I would say so.
I don't
I'm
know
just thinking, what one that stopped early? Sure.
how short it was. Any bodybuilder's career that you're surprised by how short it was. Well, I mean, if you want to include death, I mean, Dallas McCarver is what 26
Yeah, he's the one that comes to mind, mate.
very quickly.
I'm, I'm just,
I don't know how to answer that. I'm not too
I'm
sure.
just gonna, I'm just gonna say Dallas,
Yeah,
who was incredible, by the way.
fucking unreal. Imagine if he was still if
Hey, I wouldn't even want to know, mate.
he got to his full potential, which was no one understands what that would have been like.
Hmm.
I don't think anyone would have come close. Who was like the Mr. Olympia when he died? When did he die? 2021?
2000, I think it was
No.
2020 or around that time.
Who was
2021, a little bit later.
Dallas McCarver died in 2017.
Oh my Lord, mate, time's going quick.
Innit? Who was Mr. Olympia 2017?
Phil,
It must, yeah, was it Phil? Oh, it's fucking show me classic. I don't,
it was Phil or Rami.
it was Phil.
Phil, there we go. But yeah, I'd say Dallas. Very good. If you haven't already, search up Dallas McCarver and watch him.
Yeah,
Mental rig.
yeah, very good. Very good. Go on then.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go. If you weren't an online coach, where would your career have taken you?
I would have wanted to stay in the fitness in if I was still wanting to bodybuild, I would have wanted to stay within the industry somehow.
Hmm.
Um, I'd love to. I think I will end up at this point anyway at some stage in my life, but open a gym, have have a gym of my
That's
own.
the goal, mate. That's the
Yeah,
goal.
one day. So it could have maybe pushed me there earlier, mate. I don't know.
What would you be doing now at this age?
Or I don't know. I'd probably just be working in a gym because
Hmm.
I don't. If I'm not online coaching and I still want to like fund my own bodybuilding and live the life of a bodybuilder, you need like that sort of flexibility within hours of work. So I think working in a gym makes it easier in terms of like if it's a bodybuilding gym, more often than not, the people that work there kind of understand that you need to eat, so you can eat whilst you're at the desk or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, it's easy to fit bodybuilding into that job.
No, I get you. I
Right.
before, so my first ever job, I was working for my family's business, and then I actually signed up for the RAF, the Royal Air Force,
Okay.
as a PTI, so a personal training instructor,
Oh,
which I
cool.
didn't, which I didn't pass.
Right.
I'd have to admit that I failed the swimming, bro, mate.
You know how
Don't
fucking ironic that is because you call yourself a swimmer.
I know, mate. I actually the only bit I failed was the swimming. I passed the bleep test, mate. Do you know how much in the lockdown I was doing the bleep test?
I can imagine for the RAF it's very fucking difficult as well.
Yeah, I think it was like level 13.3. Please correct me if I'm wrong if anyone's out there. Mate, I'm not even joking. That took my soul. And then I thought you got like a little break like after that, after the bleep test.
Straight in.
Um, get your trunks on, straight in the I was like, oh my Lord, mate. Like, and this was when I was like skinny, Tom,
Yeah.
right? And then there was like 10 seats at the side of the pool. And obviously the 10th person had the most amount of rest. Mate, I was straight in. Number two, straight in the far lane. Yeah, bang. I used to do 50 meters front crawl, 50-meter to there and back to like 6 times. And then you had to tread water for 2 minutes. Oh my Lord, mate. And then after treading water for 2 minutes, which by the way, after swimming, treading water for 2 minutes isn't too bad. Like now it would be
Yeah.
impossible. But mate, after doing that, I was
But yeah, after a bleep test as well,
I was like,
I
I'm
was
not
drowned.
joking. I was like, and the lady was like, she could just tell I was struggling, man. I was struggling. Then afterwards, she was like, go to the side, but you can't touch the side. You still tread water, and then they throw this brick in. Mate, I'm not joking. This wasn't like a normal size swimming pool where you just went to the bottom, mate. I'm not joking. It was like getting to the point where like, if I'm not going to pick up this black brick, mate, I'm not going to, I feel like I'm passing out. Got this black brick, and they're like, oh yeah, you still failed, by the way. Brilliant.
Just made
Um,
you do it for the fucking fun of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. So I reckon I was really tempted to go back there and like do
Yeah.
it again. So yeah, probably that, mate.
So what you would have been a PT for soldiers,
Yeah,
for
mate.
pilots and that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
that's actually it, mate, to be honest. You wear some white top and green shorts and walk around like you're the dog's bollocks, mate. 'Cause that's what they did.
Got a whistle around your neck.
Oh, mate. But yeah, it was a good experience for sure, mate. But I reckon I had that little fight in me. I went like, I want to go back there and do it again. Because everything else I was pretty decent at.
Yeah,
Like carrying like pretend fucking dummies and stuff and
yeah.
carrying water bottle, like all that. I say water bottles, like cans and stuff. And then the overall test, the literature test, and all that sound. I did a presentation. I could talk in front of people. Like, yeah, the only thing you failed on was the swimming. So yeah,
No, no, man.
brilliant, mate. So there you go. But now, if I didn't fail that, I wouldn't be here.
What about if you didn't get into like bodybuilding or like gym?
Oh, mate, I've always been into the gym like since
What
I
did you
was
want
like
to do when would like part like pre that, Tom? What did you want to be before then? Like
rugby.
rugby, yeah.
Rugby, mate, rugby was my life, mate.
Like if you weren't a player, would you go into like coaching and that type of
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, but I did. So I got my RFU coaching badge, and to get that, I had to do like some work experience somewhere, going around schools and doing like rugby, like after school clubs and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And I was doing that, and I enjoyed that, mate. It's just kids, bro, screaming kids. And when they went, "Oh, you're doing year six this week," I was like, "Thank God,"
Yeah.
and that was all right. So I probably would have been like a sports teacher of some kind in maybe like
I can imagine you being like a big
like
PE
in
teacher.
like a uni though.
Yeah.
Like not to do anything, just like 18 plus.
Yeah. Adults.
No, nothing like no one that can just do that. That's what you do and get better. That's what I like. Couldn't deal with screaming kids or anything like that,
Yeah.
bro. But yeah, like a high, yeah, like a sports teacher, like yeah, something like that, mate. Like yeah, but that's pretty mad thinking about that, bro.
Yeah.
Failed that, came back, and I was like, sound. And then next thing you know, I think a couple of weeks later, I started my online coaching. And then here I am now,
Well,
mate.
here you are.
Yeah, man. Here we are. Little backstory there for anyone that wants to know. Tom wanted to be a PTI. Brilliant. Um, Mate, awful. Awful, mate. I remember doing like hours and hours of bleep tests. And just,
Yeah.
mate, I did it in this little park, it's like a little park across the road. And I was doing it that much, mate. There was like, I did it in the exact spot every single time.
You made like a dent.
I made like literally you could see where I was running. Do you know where like grass goes like yellow?
Yeah, yeah. You made a,
Mate, I was like, I was there like, yeah, I just need to get a life. But anyway, that's what I would do.
This question leads on to the end of your one that you just finished.
Mhm.
Advice for someone starting their online coaching.
Okay, I'm gonna go through what I went through. I was walking home and I went, I'm just gonna do it. So firstly, just do it. Because if you want to do it, just try it out because you'll regret not doing it. Then look at people that provide good information, good sources of information. What I mean by that is look at a few people because if one person's usually replicating what another person's saying and they both two good sources of information, because you're going to get loads of good coaches and maybe like you see one bad coach who's saying that and then you try and go on to that coach. Get those sources of information, learn, be a sponge, hopefully, and if you're lucky, surround yourself with people that are better than you, who are stronger than you in the gym. Learn how to train so you can obviously document your own progress. Learn off them, learn off your coach. See, people get a coach, but do get a coach who you can learn off, be a good friend with in terms of asking them questions, not just going, yeah, I'll do this. Ask them questions on how they built their business, how to improve your knowledge, and then work as hard as you can every single day, day in, day out. And
Yeah.
you're gonna have to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
Um, I'll happily be honest, mate. I've sacrificed and I'm sure a lot of other people would say this, like my relationship with Shaw massively. Like I said to you, mate, like I've go for a walk and Charles like, I can get off your phone and my phone's just going ping, ping, ping. Like I'm getting back to those people. So she feels like that she's less like, this is what happens in it. This is what happens, mate. So obviously learning to have separate that time is really, really important as well. But when you're at the start of your business, you got to overwork essentially to sometimes work for nothing. Um, and yeah, that's what you sometimes have got to do, mate, to establish your name in the industry because a lot of people are an online coach. It's a very saturated industry. So what can you do better than others? Work harder than them because at the end of the day, we all provide the same thing. We provide a training program. We provide a nutritional program. But what can you do? I outwork most people. Sound, that's cool. So same with you, mate. Like you can see the way you work with your clients and the way you put in your effort with your clients. You can see with Elliot the weekend when I was with you, you can just tell
Yeah.
which coaches apply themselves more than others. And you see the same people at the same shows. You see people on the same podcasts. You see people doing like bringing out new things, doing more things, expanding their knowledge. Like those are the people that you want to be coached by. That's what you need to be doing. Working harder than the people that are in the same position as you to get higher than them.
Yeah.
That's literally it. And that might be quite straightforward, but gain knowledge, work really hard, make a few sacrifices that you may not have to be make, but it will pay off now. So, like I said, mate, I can happily I've learned and understood that when to push and when to pull back. So I have like to work in blocks and stuff and then give time to Shah, give time to my family, etc. And that's about it, mate.
I'd say that covers all of it. I think when I first started, I think the most important thing I did was not to expect anything from coaching straight away. I
Hmm.
think you need to give before you can get. Um, Coach people for free.
Did you
If
coach people for free?
did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I did as well.
I think I had about my first 4 or 5 people that I coached were for free.
So
Um,
I ran like a little 12-week thing as
yeah,
well.
because I wanted. I remember. I think it must have been like an AJ Morris. I used to be on AJ's. Was it like a members site? Yeah, like a members site, didn't
It
it?
it was a member site, mate.
Yeah, yeah. I used to be on that, and he did like a video saying like to kind of get clients, you need to show results, and it's a tricky one because if you don't have results, if you don't have clients, you can't get results. So coach
Hmm.
people for free, get results, and in return for them not paying you, you get to use their results to promote your business. It all works really, really well together, and then from there, those results you can promote it, and then get people on. Start charging, but like start charging at a low rate, get people on, get more results, build up like a portfolio, and then eventually the what is it the
Traction will come.
yeah, yeah, it builds up good traction and momentum, and everything kind of comes together. And as the demand gets higher, it kind of builds up naturally. But don't expect to go and be like, yeah, I'm an online coach. Where's my 10K a month? Because that it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
or where's my 10 clients straight away?
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't work like that.
it doesn't work like that at all, mate. And people just expect, oh yeah, they look at all these other online coaches and look at how they're living, what they're getting, what they're wearing, what they're doing, how they're traveling, all these different things. Go to an online coach and go, oh, how do I get more clients? There you go.
Yeah,
Well, that's the issue that everyone's trying to solve, isn't it, really? And like I said, at the end of the day, we all provide the same thing, but there are only a few variables that you can do more of than one person. And just make sure you're doing that every single day.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Do you want to pull up one? I need to
Yeah,
find.
man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go. It keeps coming off, but anyway. Um, here we go. This is quite a good question. This is from Jasper. Take the best part from every UK federation and build the best bodybuilding fed.
Ooh, ooh, okay.
Stage, setup, PCA.
Yeah, but I wouldn't choose their backdrop.
No. I would say
Remember,
overall,
do you remember when it was just curtain and they didn't
mate,
have
the
the
cut,
screen? That
mate.
if they could do that again,
Mhm.
100%,
I would
100%.
say, oh man. What I mean by this, like, for example, mate, the way they announce stuff, like the overall the smoke in the background. Like when you're at a PCA show, people like, oh, I like the PCA shows. Like you can bring your family and you know they're not going to get bored. It's going to be good.
Yeah,
I say that, but like you can go to any show, but they're not going to be bored because you're there. But um, it's just more of like I'm not going to take a mum to a UKDFBA show, but I can happily take her to a PCA show. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? That's not taking anything away from UKDFBA. It's just pretty long. That's all.
yeah.
Um, so what should we break this down into? Should we go into like tanning experience?
Tanning experience, stage. When we say stage, we mean like venue lighting and
Hmm.
sort of like atmosphere maybe
Yeah.
in
Do you know,
and
you can probably put
then
atmosphere in a different one because staging it like
yeah,
atmosphere.
yeah, yeah. So stage
Like,
will be like the actual stage and the light in, and then
mhm.
atmosphere, which is the best, which has the best atmosphere. Um, I don't know what else we can rate. Uh,
Not really that much else, is there?
like how well it's run, like in terms of timing and stuff,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do. Okay,
Cool.
so we'll go firstly, tanning,
Two bros.
two bros for
Yeah.
sure.
Was it get
Always on
bronzed?
time,
Get bronzed.
always on
Right.
time. But also as well, I will mention UKDFBA. What's the lady called?
Is it
A1.
A1 tannin?
A1. She gets a shout out as well. She's very good. Communication's good. Gets there on time. Bang on.
Is it just her, or does she have other people doing it with her?
I think she's got a team because
Okay,
when I was
I'm
there,
gonna say
yeah,
because
when I was
there's
there,
no
there's
way.
a good, about a team of four or five of them when she was at the UK FBA show, but all on time, all communicated well. Lloyd knew exactly what he was doing. Tam was perfect. Bang on.
Okay,
So A1, but two bros overall. But A1's a good little, should do like a little, what do you
shout
call
out.
it? Yeah, shout out to them. Set up in terms of stage.
Stage and lighting.
Mm.
I would probably go with PCA. I do think that they could improve their backdrop. I think they should get rid of those screens.
Hmm.
But I would probably say PCA because like think about it with the lighting's pretty good at PCA. It's hit and miss sometimes, but it's pretty good. I think when they have like the smoke in the background and the music and I think their setup is pretty good.
It's good, isn't it? It's good.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
cool.
nice. Um, and then we'll go atmosphere, mate. Well, atmosphere at the first time I show at the PCA
I'd say
show,
PCA, yeah.
yeah, it was completely rammed, mate.
Yeah.
Completely rammed. UKDFBA is pretty decent. WMB, you got to think of WMBF, UKDFBA, PCA, two bros. I wouldn't say two bros as an atmosphere thing because obviously in the later center you can't get that many people in. So
Bro, I saw whose fucking show day was it? It was for the Royal Rumble, for the Race Strip Rumble or whatever it's called. Um I can't remember whose show day it was I was watching. Oh, Ginger Training. I was watching his show day. Bro, there was like no one in the crowd.
yeah, because there was
No,
no one there at the
at the
show.
at the Race Strip Rumble. That's like the meant to be the
So
bigger one of the bigger shows for two bros.
I
No
know,
one
mate.
there. There was
I
like
know.
so many empty seats. That blew me away. I was like, oh, that's weird. Because
Is
it's
it
like it's like the busiest show of the year for them. Or
with Braywick? It's like what, 15 rows back of like seven seats each
yeah,
side.
yeah,
I mean, so it's not that, but I would say atmosphere overall PCA.
yeah, yeah.
But the Natty shows are great, mate, as well. Like
I've only ever been to one Natty show.
UKD FBA, I'll say those two.
Yeah.
UKD FBA and WMBF, I'd say UKD FBA out of two out of those two. Um, and then on time, two bros are pretty
You
decent.
guys are pretty good with it.
Two bros are pretty
I
decent.
think.
Um, obviously bottom of the list.
PCA are pretty okay with it, but like when it's a busy show, they struggle.
They did well at the first time as five though. Started on time. The section B started on time as well. It
Yeah,
finished. Section A finished at 2:30, quarter 20 to 3. Section B started at 3 o'clock, so that was pretty bang on. But I do get what you mean from a consistent perspective. I think probably two bros.
yeah.
That's not. But then again, they can't go wrong with that many people. Yeah, what 30 people? Yeah, let's get them on. So I'd say the fact that PCA managed 450 competitors
Yeah.
and they got it on time. We just keep saying PCA. Um,
Yeah, I think PCA are good. They are very fucking good. Um, I would always recommend someone to go compete with them if they haven't
mm,
already.
but Tannin, they were behind.
Also, their tan's never great. Like, I don't know what your did they do your tan when you did the PCA shows?
Mate, yeah, they did do mine.
I don't know if I really liked it. Like, you know when they do like the glaze and they're just fucking slapping the shit out of you.
They were just slapping me up.
I didn't like that. I think that was weird. I didn't rate that.
I
Um,
came in way too light. I think I get like
yeah, I
everyone
don't
said
think
to
they're
me
that
she
good
was
with that.
darker. Everyone said she should have been
Um,
darker. So
Two Bros are pretty good with color and just like they're nicer. The people. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. They're nicer. The PCA ladies are pretty fucking rude. I won't lie. They're pretty rude.
well, there you go. That's from Connor, not me.
Yeah.
I
My
want to get
experience.
like
Right. Where's it gone? I had a good one. I don't know if you'll want to answer this one, to be fair. Actually, yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
Yay!
Who's the most overrated coach in the industry?
Ah, oh God.
Overrated.
Um, Put me on the spot, mate.
Yeah.
Overrated coach.
Go on, drop a name. I
Um,
don't, genuinely, I can't think of.
Overrated coach.
It's
I
a
think
difficult one.
this is me actually like saying I think everyone is in the bracket that they deserve to be in. I think because there's a lot of people into bodybuilding now. If somebody has a bad experience, people know about it.
Yeah.
So it's not like somebody's in a bracket and like for example, mate, right? If I was to go to Callum Racetrick and I get a couple hours reply and I go, he's providing a poor service, but I don't expect that. That's my issue, not his issue. He's got greater clients to deal with than me, right? But somebody might go, oh, he's overrated for all that money. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so it's more the fact of like it's all, but I think in terms of actual people being overrated, I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of anyone. I think it's all perspective. Like I said, that's not me
Yeah.
saying Callum
It is,
Richards.
yeah, it's
That's
perspective.
not me saying he's overrated. By the way, he's definitely not. Goodness me. Was just an example, but I feel like I said, with going into a coach or getting signed up to a coach, you should know the level of expectation of where you're at. Um, but I can't think of anyone that's overrated. Me. Yeah. Tom Taylor. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Uh, I can't think of anyone, mate. I think everyone is the right people. Whoever's a bad coach, the right people know about it. Whoever's a good coach, the right people know that he's a good coach. So
Yeah. That's a
if you
good
are a
answer.
bad coach,
That's a good
then
way.
so there we have it.
There you have
Goodness me, that's a deep one.
it.
Here we go, a training question.
Oh
Here we
God.
go. I'll ask you this question,
Okay.
Chris. Great question. Opportunity to coach three athletes, three from each CBC coach. Who are you taking?
Um,
So you've got me, Tim, Christian.
trying to think from you
Who are you taking from me?
off the top of my head,
Who are you taking from me?
off the top of Lewis, probably,
Yeah, true.
probably Lewis. Um, Tim. Who does Tim have? Shall I take Jay Freaky?
Jay Freaky. Jay Freaky.
No, I probably would take probably Josh. I forgot he's with Tim now as well, isn't he? Probably Josh Jenkins.
Okay. You
Uh,
have got like Hattersley, Kingsley Clough, Josh
yeah,
Jenkins.
yeah, yeah.
That's another Let's think of those are the ones off the top of my head. But yeah, Josh
Is
Jenkins.
he still men's physique? He's still men's physique, isn't he?
Ha
Hattersley.
yeah,
Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't want that. I don't want men's physique.
Josh.
He's
Josh. He's
fucking
not
he's
that.
ridiculously good.
Josh is really good.
Yeah, I'd say Josh. I'd want Josh Jenkins. I think I could mutate him. Christian, I don't actually know his name, but the guy who he's just had compete. Um,
The bread.
huh?
Men's physique dude.
No, no, no. Body
Oh, James Taylor.
shorter guy. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Like literally just competed.
yeah.
Yeah,
Won the
with
two
the quads,
ropes.
big quads.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's good.
he is good.
Yeah,
He's very
he's got very good potential. Or
great.
maybe the is it Nick, the really tall one?
Oh, mate, the Australian Nick,
Nick's big.
mate,
Big,
big Nick,
big Nick.
big Nick Senior. That's what he's called, mate, Nick Senior.
It is as well, isn't it? I was just thinking from his it's on his
Um,
yeah, I'd be happy with those three. I'd
yeah.
be pretty fucking happy with
Well, there
those.
you go, those three.
Yeah,
You know,
you know where I am. You know where I am.
oh,
Um,
that's good though. That's a good. That's a good question. That is, Chris. Thank you for the question. Connor's answered it for you.
Yeah, yeah, I'll answer that one. Um, right. Got some drug questions.
Do it.
Current cycle and biggest cycle ever done.
Hmm.
Oh, and another favorite cycle.
Favorite cycle.
So current cycle, biggest cycle you've ever done, and then your favorite cycle.
Okay. Favorite cycle I've done was my biggest. But
It always is, isn't it?
what a surprise. But I'll go on what I'm on now. I am on TRT right now. I am on 150 test.
When are you going back up? When are you sorting it out? What are you
Um,
doing?
Mate, I'm literally,
You
I,
getting
for example, mate, for example, like at the start of August, I think for the 6 weeks of June, July, August, so middle of July to the end of August, I trained at intent twice.
Yeah.
So think about how many sessions that is. What, five
No, I
times?
know. I know when you came down. It's definitely
Yeah,
when
man. So,
you came
but
down.
now I'm there, like, I'm going to get myself into a good routine. I've got a few shows here and there. I'm just bringing myself back down again. And then I reckon, got my bloods done, chill, everything's sound. And we're just going to slowly titrate up. And I'll probably start things maybe in a month's time, I reckon, with the timeline that I'm on. Everything should be absolutely sweet.
Spot
So
on.
that's going to be it there. But my biggest cycle that I ran was under when I was coached by Nath.
Okay.
That's not me. I feel like I've got to say this, mate. That's not me slating him saying he put me on loads of drugs.
Yeah.
Uh, he was taking me through my peak off seasons where I was actually doing my peak load. He put it all out for me, and that was 350, 300 or 350 test. I think it was 350 test.
Is that the highest you've run tests before?
Yeah, mate. I,
Okay.
I find that I actually ran so I've ran two massing blocks, like um, three off seasons, so three blasts. And I ran the first on mass, but obviously it was very, very low. But then I ran primo and test, and I find that I could push my test higher with primo.
Okay.
Uh, and then I thought, okay, I'm going to go mass because I introduced growth as well. So just pulling like cost down of that. And I couldn't push my test that high with my mast. So I had to do a little bit more mass and a little bit less test. So, and this is why PDs are all individual guys. So
Mhm.
please don't copy this. But I did 350 test. It was 3 IUs of growth, split 1.5 a.m., 1.5 p.m. And then it was 400 mast, and it was, I think it was 125 DHB,
Okay.
and that was it towards the end. Tell a lie, and towards the back end, the very back end of my off season, I ran 70 megs of Tren.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, yeah, I remember. You had Trent Hex or something, didn't
Tren
you?
hex, yeah. So that's the lie, and I won't push that again for until I'm like get everything good. Do you know what I
Every-
mean? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so the goal is to 150, got bloods done, everything sound, and then slowly just sort of build up from there. But that's I don't know how much total that is. I think it's what 350, 400. It's about 900, and that was for 6 weeks. That was for peak, and then I came down, and then ever since then I've actually ran TRT. Real.
So you've never gone over a gram.
I've never gone over like a gram of drugs. So
Okay.
it's about 900, 950.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, mate, I'd rather. I know, obviously, being like in prep, it was 300 test, 400 mast, 100 tren. That was it in terms of. And then I used a few orals, but it probably took me over a gram actually, towards the back end
Yeah.
of prep. But it was only for a short duration of time, be up
Yeah,
to
of
two or three
course.
weeks. But that's about it. But in the off season, I've never actually pushed over a gram in the off season.
Sick.
So
I think. Well, highest I actually can't remember, but it was on prep most likely. I'm pretty sure. Numbers wise, I just genuinely can't relay them because I have no idea. But I know that on the maybe the last 6 or 7 weeks of prep, that was probably where my what I peaked with total load. Um, it was something like, and this is where we found out that my test wasn't fucking real. Um, because my test got up to like 600 and I didn't get anything from it. Got my bloods back and my test levels were below at the bottom of the natty. So give or take, that was fucking that ruined it. But test was quite high around I think it was 500, 550 or 600. And then I had Mastin. I didn't have Primo. Tren a bit towards the end for the last like 5 weeks. Uh, and then orals. What? Yeah, then orals. What I'm doing currently is just 500 test, 500 mast. So just sitting comfortably just on a gram, and we're just going to stay here because I work really, really well with like a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
Um, I work really well with it. I don't really get any sort of aromatization or anything like that. Um, the only time I start to see that is if, for example, if I was to put like Tren in now, where my the testosterone in my bloodstream just heightens anyway, um, then I start to flare up a little bit. But
Mm.
I'm
Which is not.
sitting pretty, yeah, exactly. I'm sitting pretty comfortable here. And we've only just increased it. So I was on 300, 300, and then the other week we went to 400, 400, and then literally earlier this week we went to 500, 500,
Yeah.
and we'll most likely sit here for quite a while. Get the most out of this, and then also just utilize pushing food because we have so much more room with food, and with cardio still in, appetite is ridiculously good at the moment. So hopefully it stays like that, and we've got a lot more time to push
Oh,
further.
for sure, mate. For sure. But
Yeah,
mate, like I think it's all about like I say Warren, like mate, I know where I'm gonna be in the sport and where you're gonna be in the sport. People might go, "You're on that much."
yeah,
It's all relative, people.
yeah.
Just to let you know that I think obviously your runway of progression in the sport and what you can achieve doesn't dictate how much you can take. 'Cause obviously, you can get some
No, of
freaks,
course not.
but I feel like me, if I was pushing 1.5 grams, nearly 2 grams with my, yeah, I would grow, but why would I push that? Obviously, I'm bigger because I need more essentially. But then again, I think Big Nath is 300 pounds, and the highest he's ever ran is like 1.5, 1.6 gram,
It's good,
which is mental, mate.
very
Like
good.
his estrogen is so high off some tests, like he's like a walking anabolism. Like it's ridiculous. It doesn't aromatize.
The whole motto of gear, motto behind gear is literally get the most out of the least. So like
Hmm.
if you can stay at a certain number, total load or whatever,
Mate, that was after a
stay there until you stop seeing results,
yeah, that
then
was it, mate.
increase.
Yeah, and that was after I found myself when I was at my highest, I actually had to pull back a little bit. I didn't
You
feel like
start you start to tip over where it's
yeah,
you can
that was
get
my
negative.
yeah. So it went from like 300 to 400, then it went to like 600, then it went to like 750. Then I think it was like 900-ish
Yeah.
around that time. And I got to that 900 mark, and I'm thinking, nah, man, no, no, no. I was like, no, 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 no. Thank you very much.
Anything under a gram is natty. So yeah, you're fine.
There you go. But I'm really happy with taking. I feel like I'm really happy where I'm at,
Yeah.
taking, and yeah, man, we're
No.
all well and good. I
All
feel
good.
that people have said to me, "Oh, you look really, really good." Yeah, and I'm taking the least I've ever taken. So there you go. So all
Good.
is good.
It's good, bro. Um, would you rather only train upper for the rest of your life or lower?
Lower,
Really?
lower,
I'm upper for sure.
lower, mate.
I'd rather walk around with a big chest, big
If a
arms.
hinge is dedicated to lower, I'm in.
Really?
Imagine walking around with a freaky posterior in quads. No one's gonna be going.
No
You got
chest, no chest and
mate, no
arms.
one's gonna be saying, mate, you got mate arms. You can just I don't know, do some shrugs at the top of the or do a little underhand grip RDL, mate, and then you can just get like a little like isometric curl on the bicep.
Yeah, yeah. Bears.
I'd work, mate. I'd be working. If I could only train lower for the rest of my life, mate, I'd be doing some rare stuff, mate, to get some like bicep activation and like yeah.
I'm trying to think what you could even do.
Mate, some people do like I saw this person do a lateral raise on a machine adductor.
Bro, they're lying down and yeah,
Yeah, the lying
well, I've
down
seen them.
one. I know it's not directly training, but
But you know what? It actually doesn't look bad.
yeah, I was thinking, I was thinking, why does that look so good? I'm
And
not
I'm
doing
looking at it like it kind of makes sense.
but
I want to try it, but I don't want to be that guy.
no, but if I was to only ever use lower body equipment, ever,
oh, you could easily bicep
easily.
curl the leg extension and
Oh, mate, I think we
tricep
should
push
do that.
down the
Yeah.
fucking.
Upper body leg day. What?
No, you can make it work.
I haven't trained legs. Mate, imagine walking around with, imagine going legs off, legs off, legs off, and like, mate, and you've actually pretty wild, mate.
Your legs would be
Day
freaky.
on, day off legs.
Yeah.
Do
Then
that for a
you
year.
could have that Jack's fit upper body,
Yeah.
skinny. Um, if you were to coach yourself this is here you go. If you were to coach yourself for an off season, how would you approach it?
Well, here we go.
Well, talk to me. Self coach.
Firstly, I'd get myself into a nice lean set point, as always with anybody. And then I would check in with myself, not more frequently, but when I'm coaching myself, I don't check in myself once a week. I want to try and gather as much, I would say, data as possible. If I'm thinking of like, okay, when I'm trying to get as much data on someone as possible, I'm going to get them to touch base with me more frequently. So if they're checking in on a Monday, touch base with me on a Thursday, see where scale weight's at. If I need to make any changes, I will do. So touch base with yourself more frequently. That sounds weird. Touch base with yourself. Just check in with yourself more frequently in terms of how scale weight's going, how you're feeling. Still track your data like anybody else. Have your own sheets. Make sure that you're tracking every single variable because it's really easy to go, oh, now I won't leave it, but or I'll just leave it and just carry on to the next day. But I'm a big advocate of making sure if you're not measuring it, you can't manage it. So making sure that you're measuring every variable that you can, treat yourself like you would your clients, and hold yourself to a high regard. And then check in with yourself. Have a good few people around you where you can go, okay, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? I'm thinking of doing this, and they'll go, yeah. Have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? And then go from there. But I feel like coaching yourself has a big merit because if you can coach yourself, I feel like you can it gives you a really good platform to go, okay, it's really good, mate. I feel like when someone's self-coached and they're getting results, it's really cool. Like you see,
Do you know who's a
uh,
good example of that? Jack Richardson.
Jack Richardson came to my mind there, self-coached. You've got Ethan Kavanagh as well,
Yeah.
natural, winning
Yes.
overalls at
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
WNBF shows. They again coach themselves.
That's
People
cool.
like this, mate, where it's not a limitation. Obviously, sometimes you can get in your own head, but it's definitely something that when I first started coaching myself, mate, I found myself like overthinking things a little bit and like deep in things that I wouldn't even deep for other clients. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm for any my clients know I like to make sure everything's nailed. So they're like I was overthinking things that don't even need to be like that. So you get better at it, and then you start to get to know your own body a little bit more and go, actually, I've been in this position before. I can do this. I can do that, and then make more rational decisions. Um, but then on the flip side of that, you can make more irrational
Yeah.
decisions. So if you're in a diet phase and you got not got that second pair of eyes, you might go, I'm going to do more cardio, do more steps, eat less food. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
bury yourself.
Yeah.
So treat yourself like you would your own client. Hold yourself to a high standard. Check in with yourself more frequently, and go from there. So that's what I would do there, man, and just reach out to people, see what they think.
Yeah.
Uh, Not just reaching out to somebody every month and go, oh, I'm 25 years old, I'm 64 kilos. What do you think of
Yeah.
this? Get some of your mates, show them what you're thinking, and then they can obviously decide, give you a little um, their point of view.
Yeah.
It's always good,
Good way to go about it.
which is technically what I'm doing, mate. So
It is. That's why I thought it'd be a good
good
question.
question, whoever asked that question. Thank you for asking that question,
Um, have you got any more?
mate. I got if you were to pick 10 exercises, what would they be for the rest of your life?
Right. Think about it logically. Well, 10 exercises, right?
Mhm.
Quads, hamstrings, chest, biceps, triceps, shoulder press, row, pull down, hinge,
Mhm.
calf raise. Okay. Leg extension, hamstring curl,
Seated hamstring curl.
seated hamstring curl, way better than a line.
Mhm.
Uh,
I would go like a nasty SLDL. or like a some form of hip hinge where I'm getting my glutes and hamstrings involved.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
I'd go for like a non-supported chest supported T-bar row, some erectors in there. Uh,
A chest supported team.
non non-chest supported row.
Okay. Okay.
Um, then I would go hip press. You go Cybex hack squat probably. I'm a fan. Jim Lecco hip press, like any form of hip press.
You know what? I'd love the hack squat, but I think logistically, in terms of longevity, a hip press makes more sense.
And the Jim Lecco one where you can like adjust the profile, that'd be
Yeah.
ace. Try leg extension, Cybex seated hamstring curl, and then I'd go Cybex VR1 non-chest supported T-bar row.
Okay.
I'd go Jim Lecco hip press. Then I would go incline Smith.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are you gonna have two chest presses?
Oh, mate.
If
What's
I'm
that
having
five?
one, four, we haven't picked the chest one yet. Um, if I'm doing one chest movement, I'm gonna go with like an incline dumbbell because you can converge it, you can load it, and you can progress it pretty easily. Um,
It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty fun as well.
and it's fun. Yeah,
I'll go dumbbell press. That's fine.
incline dumbbell.
I'll go lateral raise.
That's
Then I
great.
would go for some form of like, I was going to say pull up because you can get every part. You can go lats, you can go upper back.
Yeah.
Um, so I'd probably go pull up. And then I go
Yeah.
some,
Hold on. I've got a better alternative to that. The gym pin bar where you can load the D handles where you want.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Because
do
then
that.
you
Like
can do
pull
pull
down, yeah.
down.
But it's got to have the attention. It's got to have the attachment, gym pin attachment.
Yeah,
Then I
gym
go
attachment
dip.
pull down.
I go some
Dip is a
form of
great
like
a dip is a
dip.
great pull.
Favorite variation of curl. Mate, I love that standing. Do you know when we used to do a standing dumbbell curl
Yeah, just
or a facing away curl because it targets the mid to lengthen it. Um,
I'd go
oh,
easy bar push down for tricep.
oh, mate, is that eight, nine? That's not then
I think
calves
that's nine, and then a seated calf raise. I prefer seated to standing, to be honest.
seated always.
Seated calf raise. Boom.
Boom, mate.
Spot on. I think
On
that's an easy question for me.
easy question.
Um, got a few more. Oh, where's it gone?
Where's the question gone?
Can't find it. Do you want to pull it up? I'm trying to find it again. I don't know where it's gone now.
Why would you do an SLDL over an RDL? Vice versa. I don't get the question, mate. That's why I'm sending it to you.
I mean, I mean, there could be many reasons why, but like,
I'm just going to say, do you enjoy it or not?
yeah,
You enjoy doing SLDL over
you
an RDL.
prefer letting it hit
Vice
the floor?
versa. Do what you want to improve, or do what you enjoy more. I think
Yeah,
that's
I would.
you know when
Yeah,
you get like a person who sends like low, like these massive paragraphs and questions, like, and you just, oh, mate, like a prime
it
example of
takes the
what,
fun out of it.
mate, a prime example of
Think
what,
shit
bro,
like that.
right, is this. Um, Crossover fatigue after upping volume. Look to see if important factors outside gym can be improved before considering removing the additional volume. Bro,
So many words there that just made me not want to listen to that.
mate, just
What?
do more like what systemic fatigue or had that, but like, mate, guessing aren't this makes no sense. Guessing aren't missing out on anything if your gym don't have machines that are lengthened range bias but feel mint such as compound row on Nautilus and pull down pin loaded.
What?
You know what I mean? That's what he
What
put.
was that?
Nautilus and pull down pin loaded all short heaviest.
What? Mate, no, fuck that.
So
Fuck that.
yeah, man. So I'll let you wait for your question to come up, bro.
Right, well,
Bias,
can't.
biasing Nautilus short.
I must have dreamt that I had another question because I can't find it. Um, but I do have, or the question that was in my mind. I can't find it. Um, I do have this one though, and I mean it's a pretty broad question, but do with it what you will. Most embarrassing life story. What is your most embarrassing life story?
Embarrassing. Um,
I feel like I embarrass myself way too much that I don't know if I have a most.
mate, I can't really, like I said, mate, I've embarrassed myself many times. But then again, I didn't really, it weren't really embarrassing in the moment because I wanted to do it. So,
Hmm.
um, like rugby stories and stuff, mate, that weren't impact. People go, oh yeah, it's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing to me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, mate, I embarrass myself quite a lot, mate, with probably what I, so I wouldn't really think of anything that's embarrassing.
I mean, I don't know if this is in well, it's embarrassing, but at the time it wasn't because no one was with me and no one saw it. It was embarrassing internally. Um, right before the final couple shows of the season, when everything started to take a turn, my digestion went weird. I remember. So there's this gym, like it's not a pure gym. It was like one of those commercial gyms, right? I used to go to for cardio. We lived a little bit closer to like actual Leeds. Called Coach Gym, and I was doing a was it my last session? I think it was my last session before the British finals,
mhm.
and it was a pump up. So I was like, right, I'm just gonna go there and do it because it's quicker. So I was like, right, I'll go there. It was just like arms and delts and then a little bit of pecs. Then we went in. I went into. I'm on my own, by the way. Lucy wasn't there. I think she was at House Games working or whatever. I went into the studio, which had shit lighting, but just needed to send pictures to Tom. And this is when my digestion was going wrong, right? So I hadn't actually gone to the toilet for a couple of days. I actually shat myself whilst posing that day. That
Shit.
no one was in there. No one was in. It was just me. I just had to go to the toilet and sort it all out, I guess. But
I said shit ironically then, mate, obviously.
yeah,
Mate, but then again,
no one was there, so I can't say it was embarrassing.
if I was a couple of days, bro, I wouldn't care.
Bro, I was so fucked for this show. I was just like, I don't care. I
Just shat
honestly don't.
myself.
I just want to go home at this point.
Um, I
Other than
don't, mate.
that, I don't think so.
Like, I did an Ultraflex derby the other week, um, with Harrison, just saying about like putting. I was like, ironically talking about 20 kilos and putting them away because there was loads of plates away. I saying, yeah, people can't even put them on properly, like put them on the side properly. And there's this big bumper plate, and it was getting to the end of the edge. And I thought, oh, the bumper plate can obviously go on the end. And then I looked away, I put it on, looked away, fell off. And then obviously mate, stubbed my toe on this 20-kilo plate. Firstly, it killed, right?
Yeah,
Then obviously it was quite embarrassing, the point fact that I was actually talking about putting your plates away at the same time. And
yeah,
putting them away properly. And obviously I couldn't put them
yeah,
away.
yeah.
But yeah, quite ironic, mate. And the next thing you know, my now I've got no nail on my big toe. So
Brilliant.
yeah, cracked, bled everywhere. Brilliant. But anyway, we'll leave it on that. I feel like the listeners have got like another, they've seen the other side of us, mate. They just know everything about us now, mate.
Yeah.
So,
I've got this one on the anonymous one, but I don't even want to ask it. It is gross.
oh, oh, mate. So
I
I
was
feel
gonna,
like,
should we end it on this one? But to be honest, if you don't want to answer it, I'm happy to not answer it. Do you want
yes,
to? Yeah.
yeah, we'll go for it.
Right. Fucking hell. Would you let your missus peg you if it meant you could have your dream bodybuilder's physique, not just a small pegging, but a full-on 7-inch strap
So, guys, thank you for
battling
listening
your
to episode.
insides?
Thank you for listening to episode 56 of the Amateur Hour
Right.
Podcast. If you're on YouTube,
Fuck in hell.
like, subscribe, comment, as always. For some reason, Spotify isn't working. It's not only
Oh,
us.
fuck
So,
Spotify, man.
but we're only on YouTube. I'm sorry. But with that being said, as always, tag us in your stories. It's greatly appreciated. It doesn't go unnoticed. We're not going to answer that question, but we'll see you in the next one. Love.